The fork scrapes against porcelain, too loud for a room this quiet. She doesn't look up. Her jaw tightens, barely noticeable, but enough to reveal everything underneath. Afternoon light filters through the tall windows and reflects off the diamonds on her wrist, the perfect nails, the polished image she wears like armor. But behind it, something cracks. Something fragile. The restaurant hums with quiet luxury. Soft conversations. Crystal clinking. Fabric brushing against leather chairs. Everything expensive. Everything controlled. The waitress approaches with steady hands. Years of experience shape every movement, precise, calm, invisible when needed. Her uniform is perfectly pressed. The water pitcher catches the light. More water. Her voice is gentle, professional. The young woman doesn't answer. She keeps scrolling through her phone, fingers moving fast, restless. Searching for attention, validation, anything. Her father sits across from her, reading the menu in silence. He hasn't spoken in 20 minutes, but he sees everything. The waitress waits, patient, respectful, still nothing. She begins to pour anyway, smooth, confident. The water fills the glass with a soft, steady sound. The young woman finally looks up. Her eyes are flat, cold. I didn't ask for that. The waitress pauses. I apologize. I thought. I don't care what you thought. The words cut through the room. A couple at the next table freezes mid-bite. The father slowly lifts his eyes. A silent warning. Not a word. The waitress sets the pitcher down with controlled grace. Of course. I'll be back when you're ready to order. She turns to leave. Wait. Sharper. Louder. Heads turn. The waitress stops. Yes. Did you touch my purse? The air shifts. Heavy. No, miss. I haven't touched anything except the pitcher. You sure about that? The father lowers his menu completely. His posture changes. The businessman disappears. The father emerges. Alert. The young woman grabs her purse and opens it with jerky movements. She pulls out lipstick, keys, breath mints, a designer wallet, dropping each one onto the table. My bracelet is missing. Silence spreads across the dining room. The waitress clasps her hands gently. I'm sorry to hear that, but I haven't. You were the only one near my bag. Miss, I was never near your. Don't lie to me. Every fork, every glass, every whisper stops. The waitress inhales slowly. Her voice stays steady. I didn't touch your bracelet. I didn't touch your purse. I have no reason to take anything from you. The young woman stands. Her chair scrapes against the floor. I want her searched. The father finally speaks. Controlled. Firm. Sweetheart. No, Dad. I'm serious. Her voice cracks. She took it. She was right here, and now it's gone. It was Mom's bracelet. You know what it means to me. Pain flickers across his face. The waitress doesn't flinch. But something shifts in her eyes, disappointment, and a tiredness that runs deep. I would never steal from you, she says softly. From anyone. Then you won't mind being searched. The manager approaches. Is there a problem? Yes. The young woman snaps. This waitress stole my bracelet, and I want her searched. Right now. In front of everyone. The waitress closes her eyes for a brief moment, then opens them again, clear, resolved. I understand you're upset, she says. But I didn't take anything. I've worked here for 3 years. I've never taken a single thing. I don't care how long you've worked here, the young woman says, voice shaking. I want what's mine. The father stands. Slowly. His presence fills the room. That's enough. But she doesn't hear him. She's a thief, she hisses. And everyone here knows it. The waitress looks at her. Really looks. Past the arrogance. Past the mask. Past the privilege. Then, with quiet, unshakable dignity, I am not a thief. The room holds its breath. Something breaks in the air around them. The father's hands curl into fists. And everyone waits for what comes next. The father's voice slices through the silence. Sharp, controlled, absolute. Enough. He doesn't shout. He doesn't need to. The force behind the word freezes the entire dining room. His daughter stiffens, the accusation dying in her throat. She's never heard that tone before. Not directed at her. The manager steps forward, hands raised gently. Sir, perhaps we can handle this privately. No, the father's eyes never leave his daughter. We'll resolve this here, where everyone can see. Her face drains of color. Dad, be quiet. The words stop her cold. For the first time, she sees something in him that terrifies her. Not anger, but disappointment so deep it feels like a fall through ice. He turns to the waitress. His voice shifts, still firm, but lined with respect. I apologize for my daughter's behavior. This is unacceptable. The waitress gives a small nod. Steady, composed. She hasn't broken once. Dad, you don't understand, the young woman whispers. I understand perfectly. He faces her fully, and she shrinks under the weight of it. You accused this woman of stealing. You demanded she be searched. And you did it without thinking, without looking, without proof. But the bracelet. Check your coat pocket. Her breath catches. Her hand trembles as she reaches into the coat draped over her chair. Her fingers close around cold metal. When she pulls out the bracelet, the diamonds flash under the light. Silence crushes the room. She stares at it like it's a weapon turned against her. Confusion, realization, horror, shame, each emotion flickers through her face, unraveling her. I didn't. I must have. You didn't check. His voice is quiet now, which somehow hits harder. You didn't think. You just attacked. Tears fill her eyes. She looks at the waitress, then looks away, unable to face that calm, dignified stare. I'm sorry, she whispers. I didn't mean. Look at her, her father says softly. Look at her when you apologize. She forces herself to lift her eyes. Her voice breaks. I'm so sorry. I was wrong. I accused you of something you didn't do. I'm sorry. The waitress holds her gaze for a long, quiet second. Then, I accept your apology. No bitterness. No triumph. Just dignity. The young woman collapses back into her chair, hands covering her face as sobs tear out of her, raw, uncontrolled. The father doesn't comfort her. He stands still, letting her feel the weight of her actions. Then he turns back to the waitress. I'm deeply sorry for what my daughter put you through. Thank you, sir. What's your name? Emma. Emma, he repeats softly. You showed more dignity in this moment than most people ever could. Something softens in Emma's expression, just slightly. Being seen changes something in her. He pulls out his wallet and places several bills on the table. For your trouble. Emma hesitates, then accepts with steady hands. Thank you. No, he says. Thank you. He turns to his daughter, still crying. The other diners pretend to look away, but keep listening. Get up. She rises on shaky legs. You're going to apologize to the manager. Then we're leaving. Okay, she whispers. And when we get home, we're going to talk about who you've become. The words hit her harder than the accusation did. You didn't just blame an innocent woman today, he continues. You revealed something I've been trying not to see. Something your mother and I created by giving you everything, and teaching you nothing. I'm sorry, she sobs again. Sorry isn't enough anymore. He walks toward the manager, speaking quietly. The daughter follows him, broken, small. Emma watches them go. Her expression steady, but her eyes hold the weight of the moment. As they exit, the father glances back one last time at Emma. Their eyes meet, an unspoken acknowledgement. Respect. Understanding. Then they're gone. The room exhales. Conversations restart. Someone nervously laughs. Emma picks up the pitcher and continues working. But in a corner booth, an older woman who witnessed the entire scene lifts her phone and makes a quiet call. The story isn't over. It's only beginning. The car ride home is silent. She sits in the passenger seat, staring at her hands. The bracelet rests in her lap, cold, heavy, a reminder of everything she broke. Her father drives with both hands on the wheel, eyes fixed on the road. He hasn't said a single word since they left the restaurant. 15 minutes pass. Then 20. The silence grows thicker, almost painful. She wishes he would yell. She wishes he would scream or lecture or punish her. Anger she can handle. Disappointment, she has no defense for that. Dad, she whispers. Not yet. 2 words. Flat. Final. She shrinks back into the leather seat. Her phone buzzes in her purse. Her friends, no doubt. She ignores it. For once, she can't bear their voices. The house appears ahead. Big. Beautiful. But right now, it feels empty. He pulls into the driveway. Turns off the engine. Silence settles like a weight. Then he speaks. Quietly, painfully. How many times have I tried to talk to you about this? She doesn't answer. How many times have I warned you that the way you treat people matters? That empathy matters? That consequences are real? I know. You don't know. He turns to her, and his eyes are tired, red at the edges. If you knew, you wouldn't have tried to ruin a woman's life today. Over a bracelet you put in your own pocket. The words crush her. I made a mistake, she whispers. A mistake is forgetting someone's name. His voice is calm, almost gentle, which somehow hurts more. What you did today was cruelty. She breaks. Tears fall. I know. I'm sorry. I swear I'm sorry. Then tell me, he says quietly. How did my daughter become someone who humiliates a waitress in front of strangers? Where did I fail you so completely that this is who you are now? She covers her face. You didn't fail me. I gave you everything, he says. Everything except the one thing that mattered. What's that? That other people are real. That the woman you accuse today has a life, a home, dreams, dignity. And you tried to crush all of it because you didn't bother to check your own pocket. Her sobs grow louder. Dad, please. He puts a hand on her shoulder, gentle, heartbreaking. I know you're sorry, but sorry doesn't fix who you're becoming. He lets go. Your mother spoiled you. I spoiled you. We called it love, but it was fear. Fear of letting you fail. Fear of letting you hurt. Fear of letting you face consequences. She shakes her head, trembling. What are you going to do? What I should have done years ago, he says. Give you a chance to understand the real world. They walk inside. Her mother sees her face and rushes over. Baby, what happened? Ask her, the father says. The daughter can't speak. She accused a waitress of stealing, he says flatly. In front of everyone. demanded she be searched, and the bracelet was in her own coat pocket. The mother pales. Oh my God! She humiliated an innocent woman, he continues. And she showed everyone exactly who we've raised. The mother tries to defend her. She made a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. This time his voice rises. It was a choice. A choice born from 22 years of never hearing the word no. The daughter flinches. Then he says it, calm, immovable. I've made a decision. The room freezes. What decision? The mother asks. He looks straight at his daughter. You're going to work. She blinks. What? You're getting a job. As a waitress. For 1 full year. The mother gasps. The daughter stares at him, horrified. You can't be serious. I'm completely serious, he says. I'll call my friend tonight. You start next week. She shakes her head. Dad, please. 1 year. Full-time. Minimum wage. You'll serve people. You'll clean tables. You'll learn what it means to be on the other side. This is insane, the mother says. She has school. She graduated last year, he says. And she has done nothing since except spend my money. The daughter collapses onto the couch. You can't make me. You're right. I can't. He folds his arms. But I can cut off the credit cards. The car. The apartment. The lifestyle. A beat. Or you can work. Your choice. The room spins around her. 1 year, he repeats. And if you quit, everything stops. She nods through tears. It's all she can do. I need to hear you say it. I understand. He nods and walks toward his study. The mother sits beside her. Quiet. Shocked. Across the city, Emma finishes her shift, counts her tips, and heads home, unaware that the girl who tried to destroy her will soon be standing beside her in the very same apron. The universe has a strange way of teaching lessons. And this one is only beginning. The next morning arrives too fast. She wakes to sunlight pouring through expensive curtains. For a second, she forgets. Then it all comes back. The restaurant, the accusations, her father's voice. 1 year. Downstairs, her parents argue in low, strained whispers. Her mother pleading. Her father unmoved. When she steps into the kitchen, they stop. Her father is dressed for work, coffee in hand, jaw tight. I called Richard last night, he says. You start at the Meridian on Monday. Her mother tries again. James, there must be another way. There isn't. His voice is tired, but firm. We tried talking. We tried warnings. None of it worked. He looks at his daughter, really looks at her. This is the last chance I know how to give you. She feels her throat tighten. And if it doesn't work, then I'll know I truly lost you. The honesty in his voice hurts more than anger ever could. He kisses his wife's cheek, a mechanical gesture, and leaves. Her mother pulls her into a hug. We'll talk to him. We'll fix this. But she shakes her head. No, Mom. He's right. I crossed a line. And you would have protected me again. Her mother has no answer. The weekend feels endless. Her friends invite her out, brunch, shopping, a gallery opening. She says no each time. Eventually, they stop asking. Their lives move on without her. Stories, photos, laughing faces she's no longer part of. Sunday night, she stands in her closet staring at clothes that suddenly look absurd. Skirts she can't wear to work. Heels that make no sense. She chooses black jeans and a plain white shirt. In the mirror, she barely recognizes the girl staring back. Monday, 6:47 a.m. The Meridian sits between a boutique hotel and an art gallery. She's eaten here before, but never through the back entrance. Her father parks in the alley. The engine ticks as it cools. "You don't have to do this," she whispers. "I do. And so do you." A man in chef's whites opens the back door. Richard. Calm eyes, a steady presence. "James. You're early." "Thank you for helping," her father says. Richard turns to her. "I know what happened. I also know you're here to learn. That's enough for me." She nods. He steps aside. "Come in." Her father gives her a final look, encouragement and goodbye all at once. Then he drives away. Richard hands her a uniform. "Get changed. You start in 20 minutes. "What will I be doing?" "Shadowing one of our senior servers." "Who?" "You'll meet her." The locker room is small, plain, fluorescent lights humming overhead. She changes with trembling hands. In the mirror, the girl in the apron looks unfamiliar. Maybe that's the point. Richard waits with a woman about 30. Confident. Sharp. "This is Sarah," he says. "She'll train you." Sarah studies her. "Ever worked in a restaurant?" "No." "Worked anywhere?" The shame burns. "No." "All right. Then we start from zero. Follow me." Sarah walks her through table numbers, sections, the computer system. Everything feels overwhelming. "You won't remember all of it today," Sarah says. "Just stay present." The morning shift arrives. Servers, bussers, the bartender. And Emma. She stops in the doorway. Recognition hits instantly. Her expression shifts. Confusion, memory, something unreadable. The daughter feels her stomach drop. Of all the restaurants in the city, it had to be this one. Sarah notices. "You two know each other?" Emma's voice is calm. "We've met." Emma walks toward them. Stops a few feet away. Meets her eyes. "Welcome to the Meridian," she says quietly. "Not cruel. Not warm. Balanced. Whole." "Thank you," the daughter whispers. Emma nods once and moves on. Sarah watches her. Whatever happened before doesn't matter here. In this place, the work is what counts. The restaurant comes alive, dishes clattering, voices rising, coffee brewing. At 8 a.m., the first customer arrives. "Table 12, Sarah says. "Just water. You can handle that." Her hands shake as she approaches the table. She pours too fast, splashing water onto the cloth. "I'm so sorry." "It's fine," the man mutters without looking up. She retreats, face burning. Sarah fixes the spill with a practiced motion. "Everyone spills on their first day," Sarah says. "Breathe." Across the room, Emma serves a table with effortless confidence. Grace. Ease. Control. The daughter watches, ashamed. This is Emma's world. And she's just learning how to stand in it. Her feet ache by mid-morning. Her back screams. She had no idea people stood this long, worked this hard. During a brief lull, Emma approaches. Hands her a glass of water. "Drink," she says softly. "You look pale." The daughter hesitates. "Why are you being kind to me?" Emma thinks for a moment. "Because everyone deserves a chance to be better than their worst moment." "I don't deserve that." "Maybe not." Emma's voice stays steady. "But I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it because it's the person I choose to be." She walks away. And for the first time, the daughter feels something break open inside her. Small, painful, undeniable. Not redemption, but the beginning of one. The first week is brutal. Her body isn't prepared for any of it. By Tuesday, blisters bloom across her feet. By Wednesday, her back burns every time she bends. By Thursday, she drops an entire tray of glasses. The crash echoes through the restaurant like a mistake she can't take back. People stare. Some irritated. Some pitying. One older woman shakes her head with open disdain. Sarah kneels beside her and helps gather the shards, silent but clearly disappointed. Emma appears with a broom, sweeping the glass with calm efficiency. "Happens to everyone," she says quietly. "Keep going." When the daughter reaches for a large shard, it slices her palm. Emma takes her wrist immediately. "Go wash that. Now." In the bathroom, she stares at the pale, exhausted stranger looking back at her. Her hands shake. Her throat tightens. Without makeup, without comfort, without the life she's always known, she feels small, exposed. She runs water over the cut and watches the blood fade down the drain. "This is what you deserve," a voice whispers. "This is who you are without the money." When she returns, the lunch rush has exploded. Sarah points across the dining room. Table 8 needs water. Table 12 wants their check. Move. And she moves. The hours blend together. Smiles that don't reach her eyes. Voices demanding more bread, more coffee, more attention. Her muscles ache. Her mind goes numb. At 3 p.m., when the last table leaves, she collapses in the break room. Emma sits across from her, calmly eating a sandwich. "You did okay today," Emma says. "I shattered a whole tray." "Yeah," Emma replies. "But you didn't cry. And you didn't quit." She gives a tiny nod. "That counts. Does it ever get easier?" "Eventually," Emma says. "But not at first." The daughter stares at her bandaged hand. "How long have you been doing this?" 6 years. Since I was 18. "Why?" Emma's expression shifts, walls rising. "Because I had to. Rent doesn't pay itself." The shame hits hard. "I didn't mean." "I know." Emma stands. "You're trying to understand a world you never saw before. That's something." Friday night is worse than anything she imagined. Every table full. The kitchen roaring. Orders flying. Voices everywhere. She's assigned to help Emma's section. 8 tables, all impatient. Table 4 needs bread. 6 is ready to order. 2's wine is empty. Emma fires off. "Go." Her hands tremble. She mixes up orders. Spills water. Forgets to notify the kitchen about a gluten-free dish. Emma pulls her aside. "This isn't optional. One mistake can send someone to the hospital. Pay attention." The weight of responsibility crashes into her. She feels like she's drowning. By 10 p.m., when the last customer leaves, she's barely upright. Her apron is stained. Her hair is sticking to her neck. Her hands throb. Richard finds her near the sink. "First week done," he says. "How do you feel?" "Like I got hit by a truck." He almost smiles. "That's normal." He hands her an envelope. "Your first paycheck." She opens it, and her chest sinks. The number is small. Shockingly small. "This is what Emma lives on," Richard says. "What all of us live on." She swallows. "Thank you." "No, you earned it." Then, softer. "Your father called. Wanted to know how you were doing." Her breath catches. "What did you tell him?" "That you showed up. And you're trying." He walks away. Emma approaches, wiping her hands on her apron. "Rough night?" she asks. "Every night feels rough." Emma leans beside her. "Yeah, it does. But you're still here. Is that really worth anything?" "Most people like you quit by Tuesday," Emma says. "You didn't." A long silence stretches between them. The daughter finally asks, quietly, Why did you forgive me? After what I did? Emma thinks for a long moment. I didn't forgive you because you deserved it, she says. I forgave you because holding on to anger would have ruined me more than it ruined you. And because people who never get second chances, they break. The daughter swallows. And which one was I becoming? Emma meets her eyes. Both. Emma picks up her bag. Same time tomorrow? The daughter nods. Same time. Emma leaves. The daughter looks at her paycheck, at her blistered hands, at the tired reflection in the stainless steel door. 1 week down. 51 to go. She exhales, not sure if she's breaking apart, or finally starting to change. 3 months in, her old world becomes a ghost. Her friends stop texting. At first, the messages keep coming. Brunch invites, photos, gossip. But her replies are always the same. Working, tired, can't make it. Eventually, they stop trying. She watches them through her phone during short breaks. Parties she used to attend. Restaurants she used to walk into without thinking. Their lives move on without her, smoothly, effortlessly, as if she was never necessary to begin with. One afternoon, during a slow shift, familiar laughter hits her like a slap. She looks up. Her former friends walk through the door. Flawless hair, designer bags, that effortless ease of people who've never questioned their place in the world. Madison sees her first. Freezes. Smirks. Whispers. All of them turn. All of them stare. Sarah seats them in Emma's section, thank God. But they keep glancing over. Whispering. Taking pictures. She retreats to the kitchen, heart pounding. Emma follows, holding their order. Friends of yours? She asks quietly. Used to be. Emma looks toward the dining room. They're taking pictures. Humiliation floods her. She can already imagine the captions. Guess who's serving tables now? Do you want me to ask them to leave? Emma offers. No, she says, straightening. I'll be fine. She isn't. When they leave, Emma brings back a crumpled note and a $5 tip on a $120 bill. The note reads, Hope you're enjoying the view from down there. XOXO. The words burn. Emma watches her quietly. You okay? No, she whispers. They were my friends. They were never your friends, Emma says. Not cruel, just true. They were your audience. The truth hits harder than the note. 4 months in, her body finally adapts. Her feet toughen, her back strengthens, her movements flow. She's not perfect, but she's capable. Sarah notices. Gives her more responsibility. Emma notices too. No spills today, she says. Progress. They're not friends, not yet, but there's respect now. Shared battles. Shared exhaustion. 5 months in, her mother shows up. A quiet Tuesday. The daughter spots her in a corner booth. Sunglasses, designer coat, composed face hiding something fragile underneath. Mom. Sweetheart. Her mother's voice trembles. Can you sit for a minute? I'm working. Please. Richard nods permission. Her mother reaches across the table. You look thin. I'm fine. You're exhausted. Your father is destroying you with this. He's not destroying me, the daughter says softly. He's teaching me. Teaching you what? Misery. No. Reality. Responsibility. Humanity. The words stun her mother. You protected me from everything, the daughter continues. Every consequence. Every lesson. Dad is making me earn the life I took for granted. Her mother's eyes fill with tears. I miss you. I miss me too, she whispers. I'm trying to find her. She returns to work before her mother can respond. 6 months in, something shifts. A regular customer leaves her a note with his tip. "You've come a long way. Keep going." Warmth spreads through her chest. Someone noticed, not because of her name or her money, but because of her work. That night, Richard says, your father called. Wanted to know if you were quitting. Her heart freezes. What did you tell him? That you're not. And that he should be proud. She steps into the cool night air. 6 months down. 6 months to go. And for the first time, she believes she might make it. 7 months in, something finally snaps. She's scrolling Instagram on a rare day off when she sees it. Madison's birthday party. Same glittering crowd. Same champagne smiles. The caption hits hard. Surrounded by real ones. No fakes allowed. Gemstone. And then the comment. At her handle, "Oh wait, she's too busy washing dishes," rolling on the floor laughing. Dozens of likes. Laughing emojis. She waits for humiliation, for anger. But all she feels is tired. Quietly, she blocks Madison. Then every single one of them. One tap at a time, their perfect faces vanish. When she's done, the silence feels like air she didn't know she needed. The next day, Emma finds her in the break room. "You look different. I cut them off. How do you feel?" "Light." "That's not strange," Emma says, unwrapping her lunch. "That's growth." They eat in their usual, comfortable quiet. After a moment, the daughter asks, "Why are you kind to people who don't deserve it?" Emma sets down her fork. "My mom worked 3 jobs. People treated her like she was invisible. I promised myself I'd never make others feel that way, even when they deserved it." The daughter swallows. "I'm sorry. For everything. I know." Emma's voice is soft. "But you're not that person anymore. Maybe it's time to forgive yourself too." "I don't know how. Keep showing up. The rest comes later." 8 months in, something unexpected happens. A new hire, Maya, 19, terrified. Sarah looks at the daughter and says, "You're training her." "Me. You've earned it." Maya fumbles with the computer, apologizes non-stop. "It's okay," the daughter says gently. "Everyone drowns at first. How long until I stop feeling stupid?" Maya whispers. The daughter smiles, a real one. "Longer than you want. Shorter than you think." She teaches Maya everything Emma once taught her. Table flow, reading customers, not panicking. "You're really good at this," Maya says. For the first time, the daughter believes it. She's not just surviving anymore. She's capable. Steady. Growing. 9 months in, her father walks into the restaurant. She turns with a water pitcher, and freezes. "Dad." "Hi, sweetheart." He gestures to a chair. Richard nods permission. She sits, self-conscious in her worn uniform. "You look good," he says. "I look exhausted. You look strong. There's a difference." Silence settles, but it's not the old silence. It's heavier. Honest. "Richard says you're doing well," he continues. "Training staff. Showing up. Not quitting. It's not a big deal." It is. His voice isn't stern now. It's full of something she hasn't heard in a long time. Admiration. 9 months ago, you couldn't commit to anything. Now you're teaching others. She looks down at her hands. Calloused. Steady. Earned. "I'm sorry," she whispers. "For everything." He covers her hand with his. "I know. And I'm here because I'm proud of you." The words undo her. Tears spill instantly. "I was so awful. And now you're not." He squeezes her hand. "That's what matters." She wipes her eyes. 3 months left, he says. "Can you make it?" She thinks of blisters healed, mistakes survived, skills learned. Yes, she whispers. I can. His smile is small but real. I never doubted it. He leaves money on the table, far too much for water. That's your tip. You earned it. He kisses her forehead. Leaves. Emma appears seconds later. You okay? She exhales slowly. I think I finally am. 10 months in, she recognizes the regulars. The Thursday gentleman who leaves encouraging notes. The dessert-sharing couple. The businessman with perfect 20% tips. And they recognize her. You've improved so much, the gentleman says. Proud of you. For the first time, praise feels real. Later, in the break room, she sits beside Emma. Can I ask you something? The daughter says. Always. When this year ends, would you want to stay friends? Emma blinks. You want to be friends with me? You're the only real friend I've had, the daughter says softly. The only one who saw me, not the money. Emma studies her, then smiles. Yeah, I'd like that. Something warm blooms in the daughter's chest. Thank you, she whispers, for not giving up on me. Emma shakes her head. Thank you for not giving up on yourself. They sit together, two women from different worlds, now walking the same one. And for the first time, the daughter realizes. She's not counting days anymore. She's living, working, becoming someone she can be proud of. 2 months to go. And she's ready. 11 months in, and she's no longer counting days. The work has shaped her. The rhythm of service, the balancing of trays, the quiet awareness of every table, it's all instinct now. She moves with the same steady confidence Emma has. Not invisible. Not loud. Just present. Customers notice. You're excellent, a woman tells her. Best service we've had in months. The praise hits differently now, not tied to her last name, but to something she earned. Thank you, she says, and means it. After closing, Richard calls her aside. Relax, he says. You're not in trouble. He hands her a silver name tag, her name engraved. Senior server. Better sections. Better shifts. You've earned it. She stares at it, stunned. But my year isn't over. So, you're one of my best. In the break room, she shows Emma the tag. Emma smiles. Warm. Genuine. Look at you. Senior server. I couldn't have done this without you. Yes, you could, Emma replies softly. You just needed to believe it. They celebrate with vending machine coffee, laughing about customers, kitchen chaos, and all the things that used to terrify her. Then Emma asks, what are you going to do when the year ends? She exhales. I don't know. My dad will push business school. Or his company. But I don't think that life fits me anymore. So what do you want? No one has ever really asked her that. I want to help people. I want to do something real. She looks at Emma. You spend every day making someone's life a little easier. That matters. It's also exhausting and underpaid, Emma says, half joking. I know. But it's honest. She fingers the name tag. I'm thinking about culinary school. Or hospitality. Something in this world. Emma raises her eyebrows. Seriously. She smiles. Why not? I'm good at this. And I like it. It's brave, Emma says. Really brave. The 12th month arrives before she's ready. The last weeks blur, Maya thriving under her training, the Thursday gentleman bringing flowers before moving away, regulars asking about her graduation. She realizes she'll miss this place. And the version of herself she found here. 1 week before her year ends, Emma invites her to a small diner after their shift. Cheap coffee. Warm pie. Quiet. I got you something, Emma says, sliding over a small box. Inside is a simple silver bracelet. Engraved, "You earned this." Her eyes fill instantly. I know you have nicer jewelry, Emma says quickly. But this one means something different. The daughter fastens it beside her mother's bracelet, the one that began everything. Somehow, this new one shines brighter. Thank you, she whispers. You changed my life. We changed each other, Emma says. You showed me people can grow. That the worst version of someone isn't the final version. They sit in comfortable silence, two women shaped by the same fire. What will you tell your dad? Emma asks. The truth, she says. That I want this world. That I found something I'm good at. That I found myself. He's going to panic. Probably. She laughs. But I think he'll be proud. Her final shift comes on a Thursday. Richard packed the restaurant with regulars. The air feels like celebration, not work. Sarah brings out a cake. The kitchen staff cheers. Even customers clap. Speech. Someone calls. She blushes. I don't know what to say. Say what's in your heart, Richard encourages. She looks around, at the tables, the walls, the people who rebuilt her. A year ago, I was the worst version of myself, she begins. Entitled. Cruel. Disconnected. I thought this place was a punishment. Her voice steadies. But it wasn't. It was a gift. You all taught me what I never learned growing up, that work has dignity, that kindness costs nothing, that who you are matters more than what you have. She breathes in. I came here to learn humility. I found purpose instead. The applause is warm. Real. Richard shakes her hand. You earned your place here. Emma joins her after closing. Ready to go back to your old life? I don't have an old life anymore, she says. Just this one. The real one. They walk out together into the cool night. Tomorrow, she'll talk to her father. Tomorrow, decisions will be made. Tomorrow, her future begins. But tonight, walking beside Emma, she feels whole. Not the girl who arrived here lost and hollow. Someone earned. Someone real. Someone she's finally proud to be. The bracelet catches the streetlight. You earned this. And for the first time, she truly understands. She earned all of it. 3 days after her final shift, she sits across from her father in his study. The room is exactly as she remembers. Dark wood, leather chairs, shelves of books he's actually read. But she feels different here now. Not small. Not intimidated. Just present. He studies her carefully, the way he studies everything. You wanted to talk, he says. I did. She straightens. I want to tell you what I've decided. He nods, waiting. There's a flicker in his expression. Anticipation, maybe. Or fear of being disappointed again. I'm not going into business, she says. I'm not joining your company, and I'm not getting an MBA. She meets his eyes, steady. I'm enrolling in culinary school. Hospitality management. I want to build something of my own. Maybe a restaurant someday. Silence stretches, and then he smiles. Not the polite corporate smile. A real one. Proud. Tell me why. Because for the first time in my life, I found something I'm actually good at. Something I earned, not inherited. Her voice doesn't tremble. I spent a year learning what work means. What dignity means. I'm not going back to a life where nothing I do matters. He leans back, taking her in. Your mother is going to hate this. I know. She'll say I ruined you. You didn't ruin me, she says softly. You saved me from becoming someone cruel. Someone empty. His eyes shine. He clears his throat, walks to his desk, and pulls out an envelope. "I've been holding this," he says, "waiting to see who you'd choose to become." Inside is a check, enough to change her life. "Dad, you earned this. Not because you're my daughter, but because you proved you understand what responsibility means." He pauses. "I trust you." The weight of that trust hits harder than the money. "Thank you," she whispers. He pulls her into a hug, the first real one in years. "Thank you," he says, "for not giving up on yourself." That evening, she meets Emma at their usual diner. 2 coffees. 2 women who changed each other. "How did it go?" Emma asks. "He's proud," she says. "He's supporting me. He's helping with school." "That's incredible." It is. But the best part was seeing his face. He looked relieved. "You learned everything you were supposed to learn," Emma says. "And more." They clink their mugs. "To new beginnings?" Emma asks. "To earned beginnings," she replies. Emma smiles. "I got accepted into the management program. I start next month." The daughter beams. "Emma, that's amazing. Your dad wrote me a recommendation letter." Emma shakes her head, still stunned. "He said I was one of the most professional people he'd ever met. And you inspired me. Watching you choose the hard path made me think maybe I could aim higher too." The daughter feels tears rise. "We really did change each other's lives." "Yeah," Emma says. "We did." 6 months later, she returns to the Meridian for the first time. Lunch with her father, something they do often now. Richard spots her and smiles. "How's school?" "Hard," she says. "And perfect." Sarah hugs her. Maya beams. The warmth is real, earned. Her father arrives, greeting everyone with genuine respect. They sit at table 7, the same place where everything began to change. Emma approaches, notebook in hand, smiling. "Good to see you both." "The usual. Chef's choice," the daughter says. "I trust you." Emma's smile widens. "Coming right up." Her father leans forward, covering her hand with his. "That day," he says quietly, "when you accused Emma, I was terrified. Terrified that I'd failed you." He breathes out. "But watching you now, this past year and a half, I've never been prouder. Not of what you've done, but of who you chose to become." Her throat tightens. "I had good teachers." "You had consequences," he corrects gently. "What you did with them, that was all you." Emma returns with their plates, beautifully made, crafted with care. "When you open your restaurant," her father says, "I want to invest. Not as a handout. As a partner." She smiles. "Deal." Across the room, Emma gives her a small nod. A recognition between equals. Between friends. Between 2 women who learned the same truth. Worth isn't inherited. It's earned. Dignity isn't given. It's chosen. And change isn't punishment. It's freedom. She raises her water glass in a silent toast toward Emma. Emma raises hers back. And in that moment, surrounded by the life she built, she finally understands what her father tried to teach her. You are enough. Not because of what you have, but because of who you became. If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Hit subscribe and join our community, because stories like this deserve to be shared. Every like tells us you want more narratives that remind us we're all capable of change. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a story that might shift your perspective. And tell us in the comments, which moment hit you the hardest? The confrontation? Her first day of work? Or the moment she finally understood who she wanted to become? Your voice matters here. Share this video with someone who needs to hear that it's never too late to grow, to change, to start again. Thank you for watching. And remember, the hardest journey is often the one that brings us back to ourselves. See you in the next story.